Hi everyone, it's Paula with Living Out Loud. Welcome to today's topic. Fear is loud, courage is quiet. I think it can be pretty obvious that fear is loud. We absolutely know what it means when we hear sirens, when we hear screams, when we hear crying. Something is happening, our adrenaline rushes in, we feel nervous. That is the obvious side of fear. Fear is also your brain trying to keep you safe and in the familiar at any cost. So whether it's a lifestyle change, taking on a new job, a new project, whatever it is, your brain will start in with the self-doubts because it doesn't recognize this new thing. And no matter what your gut says, your brain is going to have something to say about it. That is one way fear is loud. It can absolutely drown out your intuition because it is telling you all the things that can go wrong, how you'll humiliate yourself. You name it, your brain's going to give you a reason not to do it. And then don't forget, you have the very helpful advocates of friends, family, colleagues, bosses, who are more than happy to give you the worst case scenario and scare themselves along with you and name all the fears that you have. We've talked about that, I think, before. So how do you recognize courage in its most positive? And that is your gut instinct, your intuition. And we are from birth programmed right out of it, from recognizing it. And it's generation after generation of children who feel something isn't quite right, and the parent or guardian saying, I don't care how you feel about it, you're going to do it. You're going to go into this school. You're going to talk to this person. You're going to hug this relative. You're going to stay at this person's house. So we learn to discredit our own intuition, and it is something that happens to everybody. I don't care who you are, it's happened to you in some way. You're doing it to someone else. It's just how humans operate. So what does your gut say? Well, for one, it feels good if the intuition is spot on. So courage to do something despite what the brain and the self-doubts and the spiraling nonsense that's going on in there. If your gut feels good, it's not in pain, it's not tight, then that is something to pay attention to. That is courage telling you to do something with what you're looking at, with what you're wanting to pursue. Honor it. Courage is being willing to be humiliated, because when you try new things, you're going to embarrass yourself. For example, I totally flubbed up at Toastmasters, not this past Monday, but the week before. And while I can do these Facebook Live videos and sound intelligent, what I'm not good at is off the cuff, on the fly topics. And I mentioned that out loud, and I was challenged immediately by the topics master. Given a topic, it was an easy one, stood up there, flubbed it, sat down, was told to get back up there. I hadn't talked long enough. That was embarrassing, didn't know what to say, sat back down, was told I had to get back up because I was supposed to shake the hand of the topics master. I was mortified, but I signed up for this. So despite being humiliated in my own self, went back to Toastmasters this past Monday. This time I actually won the ribbon for topics master, and I forgot to put it over here by my camera, but rest assured I felt a lot better. So whatever it is that takes some courage, whether it's a skill you're trying to develop, remember you're not going to be awesome at this right away. And I know that each week with that topics master, I'm not going to nail it every time. It's a work in progress. Just know that it's okay to be scared and feel that adrenaline pumping, but if your stomach is telling you go for it, go for it. If your heart is telling you to go for it, go for it. You'll know when it's not right if you pay attention, because if it's not right, you're going to get an instant headache or a gut-wrenching stomach ache, because if you didn't listen to the little nudge of, oh, maybe this isn't right, your body is going to knock you down. I know, because that happened to me also last week. Something didn't feel right, and I ignored it, and I ended up with the world's worst stomach ache, and it actually knocked me out for the rest of the weekend, which could have been avoided entirely had I just listened to my gut instinct in the first place. So, courage and fear. You can end up causing more pain for yourself if you just don't honor that gut instinct, and I'm telling you, practice makes perfect. It takes a while. And then courage is asking for help. If you're in America, it's all about being the Lone Ranger to this day, the solo entrepreneur, the successful person who everyone said no to and they pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and they did it all by themselves and now they're a billionaire. Yeah, that doesn't actually happen in real life. You can't get anywhere without help. And listen to your gut when it comes to who to ask. There will be people who do something similar to what you do or have expertise in something that you need to know more about. And you'll have the same reactions to the people you're reaching out to as you would in any other situation. Courage is going with your gut saying, this is comfortable, even if the person on the outside looks intimidating or scary. Courage is also saying no to the person who looks like the consummate professional but gives you a really bad vibe when you start talking to them. So, honor that as well. And then, courage is the trust that no matter what happens, that you will be okay. Failure is a fact of life. I know in America they act like it's a national tragedy if you fail at anything. I really wish that wasn't the case, but there's examples of it everywhere. Anyone who fails gets shamed publicly and immediately. So if you can help me in changing that tide, let's forgive the people who fail at being perfect human beings, because I have yet to meet anyone in person who's perfect. And how are you ever going to know what to do if you don't practice and experiment, which means failing? You're going to stumble, you're going to fall, you're going to flub. It's going to happen. And courage is picking yourself up and trying again. Even if it means returning to the same crowd to give the same speech, even if it means going back to the boss and trying again for that raise, whatever it is, it's worthy of trying again. And especially when it comes to your dreams. They're vulnerable and they're scary and they're tugging at your pant leg and they're always tugging at you when you don't want to acknowledge them. You're busy, you're broke, you're tired, you don't want to, but there it is, creeping up on you. Everywhere you turn, there's that dream peeking around the corner going, hey, remember me? How about now? And yes, my picture is crooked because I don't have a tripod. Thanks, Lorraine. So if anyone out there has a tripod they don't need and would like to donate one, otherwise it is literally balancing on a pair of sunglasses. So that's why it's always crooked. I am too cheap to buy a tripod just yet. So there you go. But seriously though, ask for help and know that you're gonna fail. And remember this, only from manure can you grow new seeds. So by all means, swim in some muddy waters, trying to get your feet moving towards the shore. Just keep trying things. I mean, courage is just about saying yes. So, what else can I say really? I mean, tune into that gut instinct of yours. Courage is just about acknowledging that you have something you want to pursue, pursuing it even when your brain and your friends and your family are saying it's not a good idea, but your gut and your heart are saying yes. You feel good when you're pursuing it. You feel good when you're doing it, even if you're a little scared. Courage is saying yes to the experts, the people who can help you. And there's nothing wrong with asking for the right person to hold your hand while you go through this. For really someone like me, a coach can hold your hand, walk you through the steps, give you that confidence boost, whatever you need. It's vital. We all need that person. Sometimes they may be the only person, because we've all had those dreams where there's not one person that we know at this moment who's saying this is a good idea. That's absolutely when you need to find your tribe, ask for help, even if that's a coach like me. So if any of that resonates with you, by all means reach out to me. I'm all about helping you spread your wings and fly. There's nothing more exciting than watching that happen. And just go do it. You don't have to tell anyone you're pursuing your dreams right away. You can explore the options. You can go to workshops, conferences, coffee meetups, luncheons, whatever it takes. And let your gut be your guide. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all, and I wish you an amazing and fabulous week ahead. Thanks. Bye.